Happy Sunday, everyone. Carla and I are still in our dress clothes. We just got home from church, but we're fixing to cook our lunch, and I have just something that's really exciting to me that I want to tell you about. We went by the marketplace. That's our local grocery store, and I always go there. Whenever I go there, I always check their meat. They have a section where they put their marked down meat that is about to go out of date. They'll mark it down for a lower price so that they can go ahead and sell it before it goes out of date. So I always check that section. Well, I looked there today, and they had a pack of T-bone steaks right here, a package of T-bone steaks. See those 3 big steaks? I haven't eaten T-bone steak in years. I'm not kidding. But anyway, this package of T-bone steaks was $39.02. That was the original price on it. They marked it down to $17 and some few cents. I can't remember. Okay, well, that was still too high for me. So I just mashed the little buzzer. The butcher guy come out, and I showed it to him. I said, can you mark this down again? I said, I know you've already marked it down one time, but can you mark this down again? And he looked at it and he said, yeah, I can mark it down again. And I said, can you mark it down to like $10? And he said, I can. Yes, I can. So he went in there and he marked it down to $10. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right there. So I got these 3 T-bone steaks for $10. Now that is a flat out deal. And so I'm so proud of that. So what I wanted to tell y'all is if you have a little grocery store that's got the butcher shop where they cut their own meat and stuff like that, lots of times you can ask them and they'll mark the meat down. Now sometimes I go in there and I'll ask them, can you mark this down anymore? And they'll say, no, I'm sorry, I cannot mark that down anymore. But sometimes, like today, they say, yes, ma'am, I can do it. So I got a really good deal today. So Carla and I are going to eat T-bone steaks for our Sunday lunch. Now Carla's going to come over here and show you how to cook a steak.
Hey folks. Yeah, and I am not a professional steak griller, cooker, whatever. I am not the grill master, but Denise thinks I do a great job, and I enjoy them, so it must be good enough.
She does a fabulous job.
I learned from Lainey, my cousin, about these steaks. So what we're going to do is I'm going to season them. I got my pan. Important thing to note, make sure your pan's hot and ready to go. Okay, so it is hot. It's actually been sitting here waiting on Denise. And so I've got it about halfway up. I've got it good and hot on the pan there. So what I'm going to do is season these steaks, and
I'm just like cooking in the background here.
yeah, and they can't see these steaks, so I'm not sure, Denise, what you want to do with the camera here, but
oh, okay, they can't see.
They can't see any of this steaks here, but you'll have to do some hand holding there. All right, so what I'm going to do, I season most of it. You can season these however you want, but I season a lot of things with onion powder, and you can use onion salt, but just for a low salt option, I usually use onion powder itself, and then I use garlic powder. And these are not anything special. These are just the cheap dollar ones from Walmart. I think they're $1, something like that. And then I put some stuff in it that does have salt. This is tajin, low sodium, and you can get it full sodium, and then there's a hot version. It is a Spanish seasoning that has lime and red chili, I think. Yeah, chili peppers, sea salt, citric acid, lime juice, and it's got some salt in it. So that's going to give us a little tang there to our steak. And when I did pork chops this way, Denise really liked them, so we're going to go with that. Then I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this McCormick steak seasoning. So they've already got a mixture in here for us, and I don't have to come up with it on my own. And these will be full of salt. So if you're watching your salt, you want to be light and careful on these. And these will have a little bit of a bite to it. Not really hot, but a little bite. So I've seasoned this side really good. And I'm only going to cook one for right now. I may put another one in.
That's because these steaks are so huge. One will feed both of us.
Yeah, I'm going to give Denise the little side over here, and then I'm going to get the big side.
That's because Carla's a meat eater.
Yes, I'm a meat eater. I'm an O blood type, and they tell me that O blood types crave meat. All right, you see this nice patty? Good and seasoned. Now, if I had time, you could marinate it in something, but we picked these up on the way home from church and decided this is what we're going to have for supper. We have limited options in this little town where we go to church. All right, so I'm going to put that in here, and then I'm going to put the same seasonings on the other side while it's cooking. Now, a couple of tips that Lainey told me to make your steak or your pork chops good is don't overcook them. When they stop bleeding, that's enough. Take it out. And another thing that she told me is you just cook one side. You want to cook one side until it's done about halfway through. Flip it over once, and that's it. Don't mess with it. Stick a fork in it. If it doesn't bleed, you're done. Now, you may like yours rarer than that, so you may not even want them that done, but for me, that's wet. I don't want them bleeding, so that's my cue right there. All right, so we're just going to let this cook, and what do you want to do? You want to pause, Denise?
Yeah, we'll pause.
We're going to pause and come back and show you when we flip it over. All right, this thing seems like it's ready, so I'm going to check it, and we're going to see. Yep, so I'll just bring the pan to you since the camera is so far away. When you look at the pan, at the meat, it is starting to burn on the other side if I don't get it flipped. So I'm going to flip it over. I'll leave it alone, and I'll know when it's done when I stick a fork in it and I don't have any blood. So we'll get back to you in just a minute. And you'll notice I threw some mushrooms in here. I'm sorry, mushrooms. These are just mushrooms, pieces and stems. Just because we like mushrooms on the steak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke it. You know what they say, stick a fork in it, it's done. There's no blood coming out. Let's see about this side. Got a little bit of blood there. What do you think, Denise? I don't really see any blood coming out. I think that's just seasoning right there. There's not enough blood coming out. I think it's done. So we're going to cut the burner off. And look at that pretty looking steak.
Ooh, it is marvelous. That's a gorgeous steak.
I may have to leave these mushrooms cooking in here for just a minute because I didn't throw them in earlier. I forgot about them. All right, so there's some tips for cooking steak. Don't overcook it. Only cook it on one side halfway, flip her. When it stops bleeding, it's done. If it's not moving at you, it's ready to eat.